you know what I'm saying? So, like, look, control your kids. Igal's here. I want to ask Igal. Deji just said that he's happy to take these points today and maybe be fourth in the league because it's a shit season. Because Arsenal are willing to celebrate being top in a shit season.
Well, it's the truth. Why are you taking so long to answer?
I can't even fathom what he said. He basically said, "I'm willing to be a loser because they're willing to be winners." Am I wrong?
No,
that's basically what you said. You're willing to be fourth because we're going to celebrate winning the league. Is that what you're saying? Elaborate. I didn't hear.
You want me to elaborate? You want me to elaborate?
Yeah, because that sounds ridiculous.
If Tottenham had won the last game, which we drew, we would have actually been third in the table, despite everything that we've been talking about it being a crap season. So for me, the mere fact that Tottenham is in the top four shows you that every other team, apart from Arsenal, have been poor this year. That's just a fact. When you look at Chelsea, when you look at Liverpool, when you look at United to a certain extent, even City, Spurs, blatantly, no one's really been themselves. So if you're going to come here and start pumping your chest because you've done well in what is a poor Premier League season, then bravo, well done to you, isn't it? I can't take that away. Well done to you.
Yeah, but just with Arsenal though, like they've taken the opportunity, right? We can't. You can only play what's ahead of you.
Not about Arsenal.
I'm not knocking it, my bro. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying well done.
You are. I'm not going to speak for everyone here, but I feel like some of these Tottenham fans definitely would disagree with you, and they would say this season has been horrible. And if you're sitting there saying this season is a good season because you're third or fourth, you have a loser mentality. You absolutely are the definition of what Daniel Levy loves as a Tottenham fan, because you're going to be cheering on this team, celebrating the fact that you finished third and fourth in a season where your fiercest rivals, who've been behind you for 6 years, are now going to potentially win a league, and you're going to be celebrating third and fourth, saying, you know what, this season hasn't been that bad, and trying to downplay Arsenal's title rather than talk about your success. I didn't even come here for Tottenham, but that's the biggest loser mentality. Deji, you're my guy, but you're a definition of what Daniel Levy loves as a Tottenham fan. You are going to go sit there every single day, clap for Son and Kane, and lose every single year and not win anything and still celebrate. That is a loser mentality. And even the Tottenham fans here are nodding their heads, agreeing with me that is the definition of what a loser is. Celebrating that your fiercest rival's winning a league and you're just celebrating because you're where you're supposed to be. What is that? Forget about that. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not even here to cook you. I'm done.
No, that's cool, Igal. Can I just quickly chime in, and I promise I won't talk. Igal, it's clear that when I was speaking, you hadn't joined the show. You know, typical Igal, always coming in late. I actually said I didn't enjoy today's performance. I said Tottenham's season has been poor by our standards. But you know, I love you, Igal. You're a good guy, but you're here to do clickbait stuff, and I'm not into that, my bro.
What you said?
I'm not into this.
I ever heard in my life,
rubbish, bro.
What you said it? You literally said it.
No, bro. I said it's been a poor season, right? The whole season's been poor, and you're coming on there pumping your chest. I said, well done. You've won the league, great. But actually, when you really deep it, most of the teams have been poor, bro.
First of all, the job's not done. But I'm here to talk about Chelsea.
Just pump your chest in it. Pump your chest in it. You've won the league.
I hear
to talk about us, man.
I hear that, boys. I've got some super chats here. The first one says, Spurs fans are talking about us being top out here, out of nowhere. The only time they've been top is when you flip the table upside down, is what Akil says. This is one of the poorest seasons. This logic only exists because Arsenal are top. Go look at the points totals across the whole league, and it's competitive as always. No evidence for an opinion. Very sheepish is what Kenny says here with a picture of Matt. I think that's a picture of what's his name?
It's Toby.
Toby. Yeah, sorry. My apologies. We're going to come back. We're going to go on to the Chelsea ones in a minute. This is if Spurs are their regular trophyless selves this year. 2015-16 Spurs came third in a 2-horse race. So Sammy here clapping back at Tottenham a little bit. Arsenal should be crying because they're top of the league. Madness. Come on, you gooners. And Sky King says, get him a gal. Deji tried to minimize Arsenal being top in one of the best Premier League seasons to date, when
By the
Spurs
way,
are
in regards to Spurs,
winning.
you want to know why it's one of the best Premier League seasons? Look at the relegation battle. Look at the top 4 battle. Look at the Premier League title race. Everywhere you look, it's competitiveness. On top of that, when you're talking about the teams that have actually points total, that points total thing is correct. The points totals are very similar. And Tottenham, if I'm not mistaken, you guys started off having one of your best seasons points wise. Also, Arsenal this season have had one of the best seasons. The only reason why people are saying has been a poor season is because Liverpool dropped off and Chelsea dropped off. But Terry, let me know when it's time to talk about Chelsea.
Can I just go in regards to Deji? I love you, man. I really do, but I can't co-sign what you've been saying because we'll be honest. It doesn't matter if it's been a poor season. Arsenal have been the ones that have taken advantage of it. When it was a poor season, Leicester won it. When people nobody said that. They said Leicester done really well. Everyone else, Leicester took their chance. Arsenal taken their chance because you can say people underperformed. Let's not take away from the fact that Spurs have been absolutely shambolic this season. There's been games going back for months where we should have had points, a lot more points than we are, but poor decision-making, poor performances, poor managerial things has literally led to the point where Spurs are literally having to struggle to get to 4th, which we don't even deserve. If you look at the table, we've lost 9.
That's the point I'm saying.
We've lost 9 games. In another season, we would be lucky to be anywhere near 6th. Let alone going for top 4. But it's not just that. There's other teams that think, but other teams have stepped up as well. You can't literally just go, I hate saying it because they're our rivals, but they've taken a chance. This could have been us if we had decided to play on the front foot, not sit back, not have to chase games for 90 minutes from month September, not showing up. And I hate saying it, but I've just got to be honest. In regards to today's game, we got away with everything today. I'm not going to, you can argue the handballs and everything like that. I think it's a stupid rule about the handball leads straight to a goal because Brighton's one should have stood, and I think the one like Chelsea should have stood the other day. That's me, but the rule is handball leads to that. It means no goal. We got away with quite a few today, but it balanced itself out over the season in the fact that you get some go for you. So I'm not going to cry that they went for us today. Mm-hmm. I'll take that all day long, but they've had games where they haven't gone for us. But again, the whole thing of cheering a really bad performance, getting into the top, trying to get to the top 4 with an owner that just is waiting for that for next season to go. We met our target top 4. We'll make our target again top 4 next season. And Spurs fans will go, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Levy out chance in the stadium got overshadowed by what? Pochettino win chance. I don't understand it. You want the same owners in charge of a manager who you want back, who's just going to do the same thing to him that they did last time. Our fan base makes no sense. And that's the type of thing that I get annoyed about. I had to go at Son last stream. This was his best performance for some time this season, so credit to him. Harry Kane got his goal, but I think was lackluster again. Højbjerg is absolutely atrocious. Get him out of this club. There's other players like the defenders as well that need to go. But, Spurs, by sheer luck, have got a win today where Brighton were by far the better team. And to have 30% possession against a Brighton team in the first half is nowhere near good enough.
Mate, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And as I said at the start of the video, I'm not annoyed at Tottenham today. They didn't make the decisions go their way. And you're right, you'll have some that will go against you. It's why I think football fans have got to stand up and do something. And maybe even, and again, it's going to be a brave team to do this, but almost like, man, we know that was a pen or we know that was a goal. Walk it into the back of the net. I know a professional team won't do that, but it maybe will take a gesture of that magnitude to make all we need is them mic'd up so we understand. And I think once they're mic'd up, they'll stop because since Howard Webb came in around December time, the way the decisions are done, it's almost like they do it to protect the referee. It's like, right, if we overturn less, unless it's every now and then we might have to apologize for something, but they protect them. This whole notion of they're overturning 3 or 4 decisions a game. I think referees look at that as a bad thing. When they first brought in VAR and you were getting additional penalties and man, as a United fan, I remember my ones more. The penalty after the final whistle against Brighton, rivals hated it, but it was right because what's his name? Stopped Maguire's header from going in. No one saw it in real time. We would have been the ones who were robbed if it wasn't given. Yeah. When VAR was doing that, I think me and David had this conversation a lot. Like VAR was like saving football. It was making the right decision. Sometimes you didn't agree with what they gave, and there were a few dodgy ones. I remember a red card Arsenal got for like a clip of the heels and whatever else. But the majority were right. Now, the majority are bloody wrong. They don't overturn anything. I'm going to do some super chats. Then we're going to talk a bit of Chelsea. This says Arsenal. Sorry, that's already been done. Hearing a gal talk about loser mentality when he was sucking on 8th position twice. Now it's great, but he had the ultimate loser mentality 2 years ago, is what Blaze says.
You're going to win the league. You're going to be crying.
This is from man like Staffy. How you doing, bro? He says Gal was posting compilations of Arsenal being in the Champions League this year before they bottled 4th place. Lol. But now it's loser mentality, is what Staffy says here. This from TBG says there's no logic for the season being poor. Arsenal already have more wins than Leicester had their whole season that they won, and relegation teams compared to previous years. Bandwagon opinion is what TBG says. Steve-O says, Terry, this Spurs fan proves why it's bad to date and knock up your car. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't even read that until I read it. I don't believe it's true. Deji's family are not like that, but thank you. Mic'd up and ex-pros in the VAR room. I don't think you need ex-pros. I'm not an ex-pro or an ex-ref, but I could referee the games better than them. I just really could. I can't believe the B-Tech Matt Riddle on your panel is a Spurs fan. Who is Matt Riddle?